Today I'm going to be breaking down how to make a Dom Corleo type beat or Cody type beat, depending on how you want to spin it or say it. All you really need for one of these kind of beats is a nice ambient loop with vocals in it, right? An ambient trap drum kit, so that could be a Cody drum kit. Rio got a drum kit like that. You could get by with just a normal trap drum kit, depends on how you work it. And one of those effects plugins like Shaper Box, Effect Rack, Effectrix, Portal. Those plugins that allow you to modulate, flip, chop, screw, and play around with your samples. That's really all you need to make a Dom Corleo type beat. What really matters is the sample and how you apply said plugin to the sample. So what you do to the sample. And I'm going to show you guys how you can make your beat sound different from everyone else's Dom Corleo beat. I started off with this melody. I got it from Splice, I'm pretty sure. From a Splice kit that I just recently got. And like I said, I was looking for a nice ambient melody with a vocal in it, and this is what I got. And it might sound slow, it might sound like, oh, this sounds like an R&B loop. That doesn't matter, though. It's all about how you really chop it up. That's what really makes the beat sound like the beat. Yeah, so once I got this, once I picked out the melody I liked, what I did was I pitched it up about 600 cents. I pitched it up 600 cents. And then I stretched it to 136 BPM. And once all that is said and done, it sounds like this. What I did after that was I busted to bus 1. I threw Shaper Box on it. With this preset, it's basically just like a 3-step preset on the high end, the mid to high end, and then the mid to low end is just halftime. The mid to high end is really what you hear in a lot of Dom Corleo beats, little 3-step. I don't know what they put in this set, but it's crack. It's crack. It's magic. I bust that out over here. I EQ'd out low end and high end to leave space for drums. And then I put a limiter on it. The reason why I put the limiter on it with compression, it's not limiting, it's compressing, is because sometimes you'll get a sample, right, and it's mastered and all that, this, that, and the third. So there's very different peaks and valleys in the audio. Like sometimes it'll be really loud, sometimes it'll be really quiet. So what I would recommend doing is throwing a compressor or a limiter on there just to keep the volume around in the same range. With all the effects and stuff, and I also made it a little tight. I brought it closer to being mono, which is with this little knob right here. If you didn't know, this is the stereo separation knob. If you turn it to the right like this, it makes it tighter, it brings it closer to being mono. If you turn it to the left, it makes it wider. It separates the stereo signal more. After all that is said and done, this is what the loop sounds like. Nice bouncy, nice fluid, feels fast. It's at 136 BPM, but it feels fast paced. And that's really how you get a Dom Corleo loop. And yeah, that's that. And now let's get into the drums. So for the 808s, they're kind of wonky. I used slides, extended notes, all kinds of things to make these beats sound unique. So just keep stuff like that in mind. But this is what the 808 pattern sounds like. For mixing, didn't do too much to it. Overdrive, this is just saturation, compression, and then EQ. Cut out a little bit of the high end. That really makes it stand out, and the part that I really like about the beat is for the second half of the 8-bar, so the second 4 bars. I added in a few slides here and there, and that really just adds character. It adds movement to the beat. It makes it sound fun. It adds more bounce. It's just something different. All right, so for the hi-hats, nothing special. I went in, put a 2-step, cut out a few notes here, there, and added a few rolls, added a few stutters. Just made it interesting. You might be seeing these gaps, and if you're not understanding why they're there, in my previous video, I explained how to basically leaving space for the other instruments. And that makes the beat less cluttered, makes it sound better to the ear, allows you to add more ear candy. If you're interested in learning more, like I said, check out that other video. Let's get back to what I'm talking about here. Yeah, pretty simple hi-hat pattern. Here's what it sounds like. For the snare, this is a snare I got from the Real kit. Crazy kit, and it's free. Has a bunch of sounds that are really useful. So if you're in need of a kit, check him out because he'll definitely bless it. This is what it sounds like. Nice punchy with a little bit of high hand. I don't know what sound that is. It's like a beep, but it's really nice. I really like the snare a lot. But yeah, I just put it on at the end of every 8th step for each bar, and this is what it sounds like. I'm not gonna go over it because it's literally the exact same thing all the way through. Now for the second snare, it sounds like this. It's a chop snare from the same Rio kit. I just use this to complement the other snare, so I'm gonna play the two together so you see how they work together. But yeah, both of them work in unison to. But if you look closely right here, like I said, I left space in the hi-hat for the snares to hit, which is the technique that I was talking about that I went over in my previous video. But yeah, that just makes it so where the beat is still spacious and doesn't sound cluttered or muddy or dirty. But yeah, this is what the snares sound like together. And that's basically it. They play off of each other, nothing crazy. Now I'm going to play all the drums together so you can hear what they sound like in unison, how they all play their role. And now I'm going to play it with the melody so you can hear that too. Alright, and that's it. That's all you really need for a destroy lonely type beat. Like I said, the 3 main things you need are the ambient melody with vocals in it, the effects plugins, and the ambient trap drums. With those 3 things, you can make any type of destroy lonely Dom Corleo type beat. I showed you guys how to make them interesting. It's really all in the drums. That's the only really. I'm not gonna say that's the only way, but it's very much the best, in my opinion, the best way to make it interesting. Yeah, go out there and make them beats. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, comment them down below. If you got any video ideas, comment them down below. Sub up if you like the video, leave a like. I mean, if you didn't, don't leave a dislike. I prefer not. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time. Oh hell, bro, that's so cool. Every time I say it, that shit is so cool.